Jai Shri Mataji, a very good evening to everybody and a very warm welcome to this wonderful evening. So let us first of all bow down at our mother's lotus feet. And then let's place ourselves very comfortably in a supine straight with a straight back. With our palm upwards. Let us, after the whole day of work and being in the world, let us gently bring ourselves closer to our being, to a beautiful temple inside ourselves. Let's take a few deep breaths. Very gentle breath. With longer exhalation. And observe how we feel on both our palms, top of our head. Let us raise our Kundalini together and put ourselves into Bandhan. With our attention on our Sahasrara, let us remember, in our hearts, remember Shri Ganesha. And we put both our hands towards Mother Earth. And one time Shri Ganesha's mantra. Om Tvameva Saksha Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Let us bring the left hand back on our leg and upwards. And we take our attention to our left Swadhisthana chakra. And let us recite the mantra of Shri Shuddha Vidya. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmal Vidya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. And here collectively, let us honestly ask ourselves, how pure is our desire to be that drop in the ocean, that reflection of Paramatma, the Param Spirit, the Divine Spirit. And also let us also reflect within ourselves how quickly and swiftly, if there is this mundane attention, when it dawns on us, how swiftly we let go of it. And of course, we live in this mundane world, but how quickly we come back to our spirit and the dignity of the spirit. We can put our right hand on our left Swadhisthana chakra with a gentle press. We can pray to Shrimadaji individually and collectively that Mother, please bless us that all the yogis of the world evolve to a point where we truly do not have a mundane desire. We can work, we can have family, we can do all kinds of things, but in our being, in our attention, we become real yogi to not give importance to mundane desires. So now let us put our right hand sorry, on the left side of our chest, on our heart. Let's be like a child at mother's lotus feet. Let us see in our hearts whether we are individually sitting at mother's lotus feet in a very pleasant, joyous state with no demands, no desire, no complaints. With the purest of pure desire to be one with her all the time. Not by like saying to ourselves, where is my attention? And is my attention on the Sahasrara or on my spirit? But how much we are in this present state and not affected by anything. So let us take the mantra of Sri Shiva Parvati. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Parvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo. We can bring our hand back on our lap. And just for a minute or so, we collectively, it's a beautiful moment where we all know what state we live in. So we can collectively desire to our Holy Mother to somehow make us so spiritually uplifted that our attention, our presence, our desires, pure desire, uplift, reach out to the spirits of our brothers and sisters and naturally uplift them. To a state where Shiva and Parvati are completely in complete union. a state where we reflect bliss, complete bliss. Let us listen to Shimadaji's talk.
That you do not reflect. That's the only way you can achieve your steady. For example, I've seen people, for nothing at all, they'll just start laughing. Nothing at all. They see somebody, immediately they react. This was nice, but not so. They start giving their opinion, especially in the West, about everything. Everybody seems to be very knowledgeable and start telling what is best, what is not the best, what is not good. And once they start saying something like that, mind becomes reflective. If the mind is not reflective, then you are thoughtless awareness. Watch anything, just to watch, just to witness. You should not reflect. If you are using your mental power, then this power subsides. This is a very common defect with people, because I think you people are more intelligent, you think maybe, I think you are well educated, might be, I don't know, whatever you think. But this reflecting mind is a very dangerous thing for spirituality. You'll never grow. And then with the reflecting mind, you have different emotions. With something, you reflect on somebody. Now, if it's your son or daughter or something, you get identified. Identification with some is artificial. It's not in reality. But because of this mind reflects, it identifies. Now many identifications you have dropped out. For example, your bias about religion, about races, about maybe nationalities, you have dropped out. But still, I would say, the reflecting mind still acts. And this is the greatest hurdle for the progress of Sahaja-yogis of today. I've been thinking, why is it the reflecting mind is so active in Sahaja-yogis of today? If you could stop reflecting, immediately you establish yourself in the ocean of peace. You watch something, just watch. There's no ripple of thought in your mind. Then you become extremely creative. You become extremely dynamic. You become extremely compassionate. You have no fear. Some people think if you are compassionate, you see this man might lynch you. You have no fear. All virtues that you have to enjoy, you can only enjoy when you do not reflect. That means that you leave everything to the divine. You have not in charge. You don't see that you have to be reflecting on something. This is the greatest power you have got, is not to reflect, not to look at somebody with that kind of. I have seen this is still there, lingering. Perhaps I never told you about it. Maybe one of the reasons. I don't say that it's only your fault, but maybe mine. because I couldn't find what was exactly wrong. That is the reflection that you have about others. Now, I told you have introspection. For introspection, also it can be reflection. But that at least gives you idea as to where you are. But with that, psychologically you can become extremely depressed, you can condemn yourself. Then you may not understand yourself as a personality that you are. And you'll go on sort of losing your vibrations, losing your power. Because you are not control of yourself. So introspection also, if it brings about depression and demeaning of your personality, best is not to introspect also. Because all these mental activities I've seen create problems. But in a state where you are thoughtlessly aware, introspection comes to you automatically. You see it automatically. You understand it automatically. You do not think about it. It just comes to you. The whole picture comes to you and you are at peace with yourself. You are never in turmoil, never in trouble. Then you don't get angry, then you do not argue, then you do not discuss, but you become as if dropped into the ocean of awareness. And you don't have to worry as to solve something. When you are reflecting, then you find that this power works. Now it becomes very contradictory to say that you have to project and you don't have to reflect. Now when we reflect, we absorb. When we reflect on something, we absorb that thing. And mostly our attention goes to the defects of others. This person is no good, that is not good, this is the hair not all right, the sari is not all right, this, that, and all nonsense. So what are we doing? We are absorbing all the bad things also. Now when you start admiration of something, then what happens? That you may not get the bad things, but at least you are on a better line. But still, the admiration in thoughtless awareness is really very deep. I saw this in the eyes of this great scientist. Absolutely, he was just one with me, and his eyes were like an ocean of peace. He was just looking at me. And for quite some time. And then he came to his thoughts and he told me that this is what we can do with your photograph. So the depth in you will only come when you do not reflect. But it's very common with human beings, especially in the West. This carpet is no good, that is no good, this smell is coming, that is there. Always trying to judge others. Judge other things, which is important. What is so important? If you are sitting in the garden of heavens, what does it matter? Where you are sitting, what you are doing. This sets in, this reflection sets in waves of thoughts in our mind. I have already once described it by drawing, how the energy that falls on the right side goes to the left side, and the falls on the left goes to the right, crosses over because of two types of cells we have. Then out of this energy that goes to the right, the energy that goes to the left, it is sucked in partly into the sympathetic. Now whatever is left out is the one that reflects. That is the way it goes on reflecting. Now if you can suck in all that energy, and put it on our sympathetic, then all our energies will be thousandfold much more.
We can meditate in complete silence on Shrimadaji's talk. And introspect a bit collectively on the reflection side. As Shrimadaji mentioned, let's not have any kind of guilt. That is also part of the reflection that Mother mentioned. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is controlled by the divine power when we are in silence. Let us go in the state of where we enter inside the deep ocean, at the base of the ocean, and not either enjoying or getting overwhelmed with the high tides or the low tides. Just inside the ocean, deep, deep inside. Let's continue meditating on the music. The instrumental music we were enjoying was Aaya Hoon Darbar Tumhare. Shrimataji, I have come to you after all the lives and my karmas. I've ultimately come at your lotus feet. I have recognized you. And Mother, please forgive all my shortcomings and merge me completely at your lotus feet. Accept me. It's a beautiful bhajan that Mother liked a lot. And it's so true that we have now finally recognized Shrimadaji, recognized ourselves. And that is even more important. With our pranams and our thank you to Shrimadaji for bringing us together, we can take the last mantra, Mahamantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradaini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo. आपको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम श्रीमती जी. We bow down at Mother's lotus feet. We can collectively raise our Kundalini and put ourselves into Bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you for joining this evening. Have a lovely day tomorrow and rest of your week. Thank you. Jai Shri Mataji.